This whole allegation regarding prevention, because that's what it is now. It's a allegation. Well, it was supposed to be preparedness and prevention. And what they did instead is they just murdered anybody that knew what the rules were, and now they're trying to do this regulatory defarm. Well, the only response I've ever received formally from the Department of Justice is when I contacted them in what apparently was actually about their self interest as opposed to performance of their duties. It was following that executive order that canceled the Fraud Enforcement Task Force. The problem is, the Fraud Enforcement Task Force itself came from an earlier task force. And I said that that task force that Trump put into effect was not only a naked power grab in terms of trying to get his own crimes covered up, but that it was in violation of antitrust laws in that it consolidated any a possibility for an internal check against any sort of abuses by other aspects or sectors within the government, up to and including other departments within the Department of Justice, from being able to mitigate in and of itself or hold itself accountable. He created a consolidation of anything that could have checked against an abuse of any other department and put his name on it, and that it constituted a form of monopoly of political capital, specifically political capital that would allow for some sort of executive action regarding a check against abuses of the judicial branch. And that's what happened. And that's the only thing they ever responded to. And now, where are we? Now we're in a situation where the same former member of the Senate Intel Committee, who is licensed to practice law and has practiced law, is again talking about something that was done by somebody else, right? Didn't say anything about it until it became opportune for that person. In other words, taking the work of people that fit a specific kind of political capital profile and then putting his name on it while ignoring all the exigencies of its formulation. Well, I have spent the better part of 10 years in some torture chamber regarding accusations of whether or not my DNA would convict me under a tribunal of those that had identified certain ethno or genotypes of being worthy of complete extermination. And this is the second time where major responsibilities the United States had when it came to addressing its failure to respond when it had foreknowledge and knowledge of massive crimes in other places, compelled it to look to something else as a way to absolve itself from responsibility for the crimes then ongoing as a result of what it had already allowed to occur. And that's exactly what happened with the 1999 Anti-Terrorist and Effective Death Penalty Act. And that's exactly what's happening with this acknowledgement of the Armenian genocide. And it's right on time, right? It's right on time for completely the wrong thing. I'm just saying, even if it took 35 years to unfold, the conspiracy is fully revealed. There's many conspiracies within a conspiracy. It's kind of how criminal subcontracting works. I would appreciate it if you would move on this today. We were supposed to have taken action today in accordance with something that happened last year, and if we don't move today, then tomorrow's the year and a day. I had no intention of murdering people just because mercenaries, under the auspices of energy transformation, thought they could get away with using the rest of us as their private property, and they could just liquidate us to cover their losses, all the way up to whoever alleges they're the president. Thank you very much.